What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, we're going to talk about AMC a little bit. And I know my audio may be off. Hopefully it's not. Every time I watch the video back, it looks fine. When I upload it to YouTube, it just doesn't work. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, if I edit it in the software, in the editing software, it usually comes out fine. But I don't like to spend time to edit something that doesn't need to be edited. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have to sync up the lips or anything. I just have to put it in there, render it and it goes out. But that sounds like a me issue. You want to hear about AMC. But that's what we're going to get into in this video and talk about what did happen today because it wasn't the best day. Hedge funds, whoever's shorting the position just doesn't want to give up today or doesn't want to give up ever, right? So before we get started in this, make sure you guys hit the like button. Also hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. And make sure that you check out some of the links in the description. If you guys want to join the Discord group, definitely hit that link in the description, as well as following me on Twitch. I want to get that to 500 followers. So if you guys have a Twitch account, please follow me over there on Twitch. I stream every morning as well as on YouTube, and just try and get as many people into this community as possible. But let's go ahead and look at exactly what is going on today. We're going to start with the short volume by exchange. We're going to start with the total short volume. And you could see here on the 29th, yesterday, where we did see a decrease. We saw 10 million in short volume, almost 11 million in short volume. Total volume was 20.2 million. I know there's the overall thought where we should stop buying. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing an impact of people are not buying as much. You're not seeing an increase in the stock price, which you could essentially see this decrease to very, very low points, which would get a lot of people, on the edge of their seats, hoping that, we would see it somehow skyrocket, but, people aren't really buying as much, right? They're just letting the shorters do what they do. They're letting people that sell do what they do, and go from there. But you can see here that 53%, 54% was the amount of shorted shares to total shares that were out there. So total reported volume was 20 million. You had over over 10 million, close to 11 million shorted shares that were reported, which is insane. 53% over the last 30 days, you're looking at a short volume average, right, of 44%. 44.84%, so almost 45%, which is absolutely insane. We know that they continue to short this thing, and what are we going to do about it? Well, we're just going to wait for them to eventually give up. I mean, if we sit and don't, buy anymore, I mean, it's probably going to be good for us. Whatever we do is probably going to be good for us, but they're just trying to scare a lot of people out of their positions. And that's what they do. I mean, seeing it drop today by how much it dropped today can scare people out of their positions, which we will get into a little bit. Let's look at the Ortex data a little bit before we go into the actual detail of, the stock and how it performed today. You can see the short interest change is plus 2%. We had 3.5 million borrowed shares versus the 1.7 that were returned, 1.7 million that were returned. Short interest to free float is 16.16%. Total shorted shares, 82.88 million. Shares on loan, 85 million. And utilization is at 74. So we know that really nothing has changed when it comes to the Ortex data. We understand that they consistently short it. And, they return what they want to return, but then they consistently short it even more. They're borrowing shares at some points, and then they're shorting it like hell on future days, right? So it's not something that is unheard of. It's not something that we haven't seen before. We've seen it a number of days, and we kind of expect it from them until we have that day to where it's just going to blow up, and that day will come. But let's look at what's going on in the actual stock. And we can see here that it opened up today at $36, $36.82. People asked me in the pre-market, hey, do you think it's going to drop more today or do you think it's going to recover? And what I said was that it was not looking like it was trending in the right direction because that was somewhere around here. It did have a little bit of an uptrend. You saw it past the 200 EMA, the 50 moving average past the 200 EMA. The volume wasn't really that high. And you saw it start to, dip after hitting some of these highs. You saw it dip and start to dip. I knew it was going to create some sort of a V-shaped recovery. By the end of the day, or by the end of the pre-market, you did see it to a point to where it, came back from a lot of those losses that we did see at these lows. However, as soon as it opened, I mean, you saw a little bit of an increase, a little bit of it holding, but then all of a sudden, boom, got hit with a ton of negative activity. And I don't want to say it's shorts, but it looks like a perfectly straight line with no type of no type of help pushing this thing up. You know what I mean? So it dipped down. You did see a little bit of a comeback after being completely oversold all the way down to a level of $34, increased to about almost 35 before resisting and falling down to about 32, $32.72. And that wasn't, or that was the low. That was the absolute low that we did see today. We started to see a little bit of positivity at the end of the day, increasing up to a level of 34 before starting to find a level of consolidation here. So all in all, it was not the best day, right? Down 7.8%. In the after hours market, we're flat, right? It's sort of flat between plus 1% and minus 1%. We're sitting in that area. So that's sort of flat when we look at it there, but we're down in the actual market open almost 8%, $2.90, which is absolutely insane to see on something that had some positive news, that has Spider-Man No Way Home coming out in December, that has the announcement of, the NFTs, with Spider-Man No Way Home, that has a huge amount of ticket sales, that has websites crashing because of the fact that people are trying to get these tickets and trying to buy as many as they can, trying to resell these tickets for certain prices. There's just so much hype around movies right now that I don't understand how this market would be down right now, right? In the past 2 days. So hopefully we see some more positive activity going in the next couple of days. But, with them shorting 50%, it's kind of understandable how it will fall. And I would imagine they shorted around 50%. And I'll definitely give you an update tomorrow as we look into it. But it's absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous to look at this and say, okay, we had 41 million shares worth of volume, which is more than what we had yesterday. And we're seeing that decrease a hell of a lot. Are they shorting this thing a hell of a lot? Probably 60%. I mean, the way that it's dropping, the way that it fell almost 8%, I would probably, I would bet that it would be more than what we saw on the 29th. I would definitely bet that it would be more than that. And it's going to be somewhere around, 50%, if not 60%. It's just going to be high. So you let me know what you think about AMC. I'm still holding my 900 shares. I'm still sitting on that. And obviously, as it starts to go lower and lower, it gets to a point where it's like, hey, this could be a reinvestment point, which I haven't looked in at reinvesting in AMC in a while because I've just been holding it. I've just been letting it go, letting it sit there, letting it run. And it hasn't really been doing anything. Every time it gets up to 45, it gets pulled back down aggressively. Every time it gets to 50, it gets pulled back down aggressively. Something that has so much buying strength in one moment gets pulled down like nobody's buying at all. It's ridiculous. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. If you guys want to be a part of the Discord group, then definitely check out that link down below, and you could be a part of the Discord group and be a part of the Patreon, be a member on YouTube. There's just a lot of stuff that you could be a part of. But if you're one of those people that's not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I have like 60 to 70% that are not subscribed, depending on what video you look at. So hit the subscribe button. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the